ceramic coating. A ceramic is a non-metallic solid material making up an inorganic compound of metal, non-metal, or metalloid atoms primarily held in ionic and covalent bonds. The crystallinity of ceramic materials can range from highly oriented to crystalline, vitrified, and often completely amorphous. It's a mix of elements with strong bonds that's strong. Get it? No matter what they're called, most of these coatings contain silicon dioxide, which is more commonly known as silica. And if you don't know anything about silica, I got a little secret for you. It's used in ceramics. It's also found in quartz, which has a Mohs scale rating of about 7. Ceramic Pro uses what they call a nanoceramic formula. This proprietary mix and application method uses silicon dioxide and titanium dioxide to create a flexible barrier between the environment and a car's paint. The molecules of ceramic coating then bond to each other covalently. Ends up being a covalent bond is one of the strongest in nature. The molecules are actually sharing electron pairs. These electron pairs are known as shared pairs or bonding pairs, and the stable balance of attractive and repulsive forces between atoms when they share electrons is what makes them so stable and hard to break. Kind of like the unbreakable bond between me and James before the operation. And where those big hunky molecules of wax sit above the car's paint to protect it, the molecules in Ceramic Pro's small enough to stick down inside the little spaces in the surface of the paint. So we have ceramic coating particles bonded to each other, trapped in those little holes in the paint. Then they covalently bond to the ceramic coating on top of the paint as it's applied, effectively fastening the ceramic coating to the paint with millions of tiny covalently bonded anchors. We mentioned the Mohs scale earlier, which is how we measure hardness. But when we coat something, we need to think about scratch resistance, which is slightly different. The standard for scratch resistance was actually started by woodworking, because that's where most of the scratch resistant coatings were originally useful, protecting wood, which is soft, with a coating that's hard. They measure the rating by how resistant the coating is to a scratch with a pencil of varying hardness. A 9H is as hard as pencil graphite gets. Ceramic Pro has a scratch resistance of 9H, which means most of those tiny particles that would ruin the finish don't have any effect on the ceramic coating. That's what they call their primo coating, 9H. And because it's so firmly attached to the surface, they guarantee it'll last at least 2 years with the simplest application to forever with the heavy-duty application. Forever. The nano patterns created by the ceramic coating make Ceramic Pro super hydrophobic. Think of the surface of Ceramic Pro like tiny little towers. This means things like dirt, bird crap, smushed bugs, tar, and even spray paint won't firmly stick to it. And water's repelled so strongly that it can encapsulate a lot of these unsavory particles and carry them right off the surface. I mean, let's say 2 weeks after they coat your car, you take it up to the mountain and beat the crap out of it, then you just hose it off! Stuff's heat resistant up to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. That means Ceramic Pro can be applied to protect things like brake calipers, wheels, or even exhaust without melting off like waxwood. Imagine hosing off brake dust without scrubbing. That is awesome. I can't tell you how crazy it was. That Subaru is almost 10 years old. It looked like it's brand new. Looked like it had a new coat of paint. And then we beat the crap out of and hosed it down, and then it all just washed off. I know people are like, man, I don't need to clean this car. I just beat it up anyways. Well, now you get to tool around in the dirt and the mud and have a clean car. Thanks, dudes. Ceramic coating.